Hello everyone, here with Palana Foods, and we're going to be playing Glacier type deck with the new to be soon to be released DNA tracker. Now this ice is super good. It's like Toll Booth except better, and I really like it. Where does this go? Probably the R&D's fine. Yeah, so you get 6 power. And you get 3 subs, so it's even good against like a Femme Fatale, which Tollbooth is not good against. The ability to just smack them, if this lands for 3 damage and $6, they're so far behind. It's pretty crazy. So we're against Null. Not really sure what Null does. He can -2 strength our DNA tracker, which is definitely a relevant effect. Other than that, I don't really know what this deck is, so I guess we'll protect our Agroplex. So we do want it. We have no cards right now. We'll see how it goes. There's a contract in Archives. So maybe I should have blocked Archives. He would have named the Agroplex and gone there. Would have had to block both servers. So now he's going to get $1 million, which is a problem. Yeah, this Cortex is still pretty good. I'm gonna keep clicking for money. I want to play these restructures. If we can ding him for 4 net, I'll be happy. I think he'll just avoid this till he gets his breakers set up. Mimic, and then he can break it with his Null ability, so that's pretty cool too. Nerve Agent. Fancy. Alright, so we're gonna get to play restructure. Excellent turn. And I got this kind of overpriced Bastion. But it does cost Paperclip a few bucks, so maybe that's all right. I think we'll just cover our centrals. We'll keep building a fort, drawing cards. Lotus on the remote might stop him pretty hard if he's playing Yogg. We don't know yet. I want to see some stuff come down. What is this? So I'm going to lose $1 when I do my Agroplex. Aw, man. That actually sucks a lot. So I'm going to have to overwrite this, I think. Because I do not want that happening. He's got his net ready, so he's definitely going to have... Ooh, showing off. That's fancy. He's definitely going to have a lot of ways to deal with the big ice that we have in our deck. So if he gets -2 and then he gets the net ready, Yogg's going to blast through this for 0. So this is a safe check here. We'll make him pay $1, I guess. He's still going to pay it twice, so we'll make our money back. So we could try to do the clones, but if we actually score this food, then we won't need to do the clones. Because like if we're on the 3 points already, we'll just score 2 and 2 to finish the game. Oh, is he going to walk into this? Oh, man. This is going to be a bad day for him, I think. Yep. This is going to resolve. Whew. 3 net and $6 loss. So we hit 3 pretty good cards. Hitting the spoon is vital because now the DNA tracker will live. And that's a kick in the teeth for sure. He's trashed Agroplex. Wait, what? Oh, he's just gonna get his money back. Yeah. Not sure why he paid 5 to trash Agroplex. Because we don't want to play it anyway with the system outage still sitting there. So the play now, I think, we only have 8 credits left, so I'm gonna play the hedge. We might lose our DNA tracker to Spooned, but I'm thinking we just got rid of one and he won't have one right away. If he has like Yogg and Spoon, he could kill it. And I want to eventually... Oh, that's nice. Spoon also beats our... Or, sorry, Yogg also beats our remote, so we gotta score this really quickly. What I want to have is get the Enigma in front of the DNA tracker so that it will eat the Spooned. Oh, look at that. That's pretty snazzy. So he's going to get rid of our Crisium, probably trash our Caprice. He would appear to have broken our cortex despite it not actually doing anything. Well, this is right to do so. Might tell him later. So yeah, always check your MU when you see this card, because sometimes you just don't need to pay for it. It's a glorious day. So we'll shove that straight into the remote. 11 creds. You know what? We're only going to res vanilla Enigma anyway. So I'm going to defend this. Let him sneak door his heart out. He probably won't even run this because most people don't run on the unadvanced card. Please Queen's Gambit the right one. Ah, we would have got to have the over-advanced Brain Trust. We could have had res cost reduction in all our ice. That would be amazing. So I think this is just completely wrong here, playing this now. Like I don't know. He's thinking we didn't put the agenda yet so that he can just run this server and blank Batty Caprice. But unfortunately, he's played it a turn too early. I think he wants to play it on the next turn. The same turn. You want to play the room mill and run on the same turn before they have a chance to react to it. Because now he just whipped it for nothing. He's going to get this Brain Trust, so that's good for him. But it's still not looking great for him. We have the third Brain Trust, we have the Philotic. And we could even score a Nisei. Because we're playing Bodic Labor. Well, we're open to Sneak Door. Let's try Double Draw and install a 3-2. No. And he's still breaking this Mimics, or this Cortex Lock, so I'm going to leave it there. So I was hoping we could draw and install in this remote. If we draw now, he can see everything with Nervasion, so it's not going to happen. We'll hang on Robotic and try to top deck at 3-2. He's over halfway through his deck, so the Augur's got to be coming soon if it isn't here already. He could be slow rolling it until he wants to bust this remote. I think he thinks that since he has 3 cards installed, he has 3 MUUs, but in fact this is a double, so that's probably what he's thinking. But like, notice how this DNA tracker just shut off this server completely. For $8 and 1 card, you can just not have to worry about R&D, period. System Manager's out again, but we don't actually have Meridoc in the Peanut Gallery. So we're going to lose a buck to draw with Jackson. Let's do that anyway. I want to see if he will bust our remote by installing Yogg and doing that. We have 2 Bodics now, so we can score. If we get enough money, we can score out of hand a 4-2. Let's see if he comes here. If we can get him to pay 5 for Yogg and then also pay it through this vanilla, I'll be happy. He lost 6 from DNA Tracker. He'll be feeling that lack of $6 for the entire rest of the game. He must have 2 more contracts, but he hasn't played them yet. So I don't know. He sees the 2 Biotics. He's like, oh boy. Probably can't get him into the remote. I guess he just doesn't have a way. Oh, he's going to Demolition Run our entire hand. Wow, that's so good. So his Paperclip's there. It's going to cost him 4 to install and 3 to break. No. Oh, the Null ability's going to actually save him for the first time this game. You can trash a card to give this down to 2 strength and pay 1 and pay 1. Yeah, that's happening. Wow, he has exactly enough. I'm not sure this is worth resing, but it'll make him trash something to make space. So Sneak Door is now gone. He'll be paying more to come in the front. So we'd seen Demo Run earlier. Didn't know if he'd have two of them. It's kind of a niche card, but the Nerve Agent, I can see his plan is to like negate combo players by just smashing their entire hand. So it's like a Wonton that requires more setup. He's miscounted his money here. Yeah, so it only has one sub, so he gives +1 strength, bring it to 2, and then he breaks the one sub of the Bastion. If this was an Eli, it would be stopping him. So we are in fact going to lose our entire hand here. Guess I could have purged, but it didn't seem like a great use of a turn. So we want the 2 biotics. I suppose we want the hedge fund. If we draw it down, we'll jam it in the remote. System outage is kind of whatever. We'll get one and we'll lose one. So if we actually top deck the biotic and an agenda, we'll be really happy. Okay. So what can he do to us now? He can demo run us again. Is this Chrysium worth installing? No, he can't come anyway this turn. There's no way he can afford to play Yogg. We could have maybe have Chrysium the Archives. That would have stopped a contract. Yeah, hey, that's better than clicking for $1. So now the Rumor Mill would beat this Caprice, but he also has to have Yogg, so I think we're okay. What would he need to do? I guess we'll cover Archives now, rather than doing it later. Because I don't want him to run Contract, hit her a couple times, and then come in here. It's a long shot, but might as well cover the bases. I guess Clicking Liberate is $4, and so is running here. Yeah, there's really no difference, I suppose. If he had I've had worst, he could try to trigger it himself. Yeah, nothing. So Lotus Field is going to keep us safe for the entire game. I guess we could have put this on HQ if we thought he had Siphon, but at this point I think we've seen enough influence that there's no Siphons coming. Sneak Door is 3, right? So 6, 9, 12. 2 more from the Net Ready Eyes. Can't be Siphon. So we didn't see Null do a ton of work. It's kind of a nice security blanket if you are worried about these bigger ice. So I could see how it would become powerful if there's enough really high strength ice that you've got to get your Yogg and your Mimic up to the strength to beat them. If we drawn in the other order, we would have had a much easier time for sure. If we had to say first. Yogg, last 2 cards. This is why people play Faust, right? People went from the Fixed Breakers to Faust for that exact reason, that if you have to draw like 3 specific cards rather than 1 specific card, it's a lot harder. And it takes a lot more draw power. So we didn't see him playing any injects, which I think is maybe what he needed to play, is just jam 3 inject in there. Because if you can inject into your card draw, like your Earthrises or your Career Fairs, it's pretty easy to draw 3 or even draw 4. And if you can dump your paperclip in the bin, you can install it for extra value that way, right? You're getting paid to put it in your archives, and you install it during the run without paying a click. It's a beautiful interaction. So I think by all means, play 3 injects. Play some Street Peddlers too. If you want to do the fixed breaker thing, you got to put every draw card you can get your hands on that's any good. Like even making an entrance would be fine in my opinion. Because otherwise you end up with these games where you have to draw like exactly Netrunner Eyes and Lotus Field before you, or Netrunner Eyes and Yogg to break Lotus Field. Otherwise it just stops you forever. And you can put like an Eater or a Knight or something too if you want, but really I think you don't want to have the MU for that. He was doing just fine with 4 MU. Don't think he even had a console in here. Because if you want to include these currents, you got to find deck space somewhere. So I think there were a few plays he could have done better to improve the situation, but even if he played it much more cleanly, he would have still had this Yogg problem where they're near the bottom of his deck and couldn't have stopped this score from happening. Thanks for watching.